and shine. It's your morning marijuana motivation time. Your host with the Moses Markey saying every morning I get up and I point eastward, start looking at the sun, looking at a new day, a new way to be. Today's Sunday or Monday, day after Sunday. Still on the grind, cousin. That's what we do around here, shine and grind. You know, most people aren't about that life. They might want to just shine, but not grind. And this morning we were talking about literally dreaming things into reality. You know, I have a blue moon manifest, and up comes a pink moon coming up soon, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about finding the motivation when things aren't so motivated, and how we can literally shape our brains by thinking of things into reality. It might not be your real, stretch out my legs real quick with you. It might not be your real yet, but it can be with consistency, discipline, and focus. And a lot of us, we like to be distracted. We like to be stretching in the morning. We love to be lied to, you know? My old grandpa used to say, flatter me, I love it, you know? We want the fake. And we keep going for the cheap, free dopamine. We keep going for the free porn, the free social media sites. The sit there, Netflix and chill, but we're frozen in our own worlds. We're frozen in our own minds in a way where we can't even see our own reality. And it just shocked me to think that as some people living in their fear and creating that kind of world for themselves where that's the only thing that they know is things that don't work. And instead of making it work or making our minds work for us, they're against us. There's so many things. I was reading it today. I like reading before I do the show in the morning, but the homie was going on and saying, you know, it's not for nothing that, you know, like they said, before I went to high school, or when I first went to school in elementary school, I was scared. Then I was excited to be in school. Then I went to junior high, I was scared. Then I was excited. You know, every time you level up, it's going to challenge you. And I think what ended up happening is most people, they end up packing up their shop and going away. As soon as one hard day happens, they're on the, that's it, this is all over, I gotta go. And I've recently had a really bad day, changed my whole life, and I had to look at myself and say, is that what I want? Am I defined by one day, one mistake? Am I going to let my mistakes dictate and steal the rest of my days? It's a very good question. How long do we wallow in our self-loathing? How long do we hold our patterns and make them our reality? How long till we start dreaming our own reality? And that's why we had to have this conversation, this motivation. It's not easy, dude. It's not easy to sit there and say, okay, well, things aren't the way that they are right now, but I wish them to be. And I tell people, don't wish, work. Work it out, man. Write down your blue moon manifest. I'm looking at my blue moon manifest, and I was like, it said, start a family 2022. And I'm shocked that it's not getting done. I got my EIDL loan. I got all my business. I did the traveling that I said I would do. And I'm looking at this one area. And since I don't have this one thing, I let it ruin everything. Because I don't have a child. I didn't have a child before. But now that I came close, I'm really miserable about it. And then we'll do that to our whole lives. I was just watching someone. My buddy's watching a show. But the girl got switched at birth. And she's going to the girl's house, and she's looking at all these photos of this girl happy and traveling. And like almost like that life should be hers. And that's what I'm talking to you about. This is your life. It should be yours. You know, the way that it's prescribed and described and evolves our journeys for each one of us, it's important to develop ourselves. It's important to develop our mentality. And that's why I started the positive mental attitude this morning. It was just, you know, PMA, dude, positive mental attitude. Got to get my PMA up. And got to stop looking at the situation as what I don't have and start appreciating what I do have. Gratitude is the ultimate answer for everything. When you start appreciating, you start changing your perspective. Yeah, I'm gonna be smoking with my toe. When I was putting my monkey tail, gotta shout monkey tail every show. It's the monkey tail, you know what I mean? And that's what I'm gonna end up doing. You know, I'm gonna end up keep searching, like you are, every day, trying to find these things that we dream about. Somebody out there has a dream. Somebody out there wants something unseen. You know, and on a Monday, what a better time to motivate and say, okay, this week will be different than last week. Come hell or high water, I will be different. You know, I think that's what's happening is the lessons are so abusive until we pay attention to them. Our lessons will beat us upside the head, crack us over the knuckles, you know what I'm saying? And push us into scenarios, you know, in these scenarios that we think we couldn't do. And that's what I was at. And I'm in my head and I'm going like, how do I get there to be there? How do I get to the place where I want to be and still have gratitude for the things that I have? And a lot of it has to do with counting blessings. You know, for a long time I was counting stressing. I'm getting older. I'm supposed to have a family. That was my only chance at having a family. Like I was starting to put that kind of power out. And instead of putting the power of manifestation on it or what I really want, I was counting what was missing. And it's so hard to be accountable and not account for the things that aren't there. We do it to ourselves. We're so needy. We have the most in the whole entire world, yet we're unhappy. We just keep trying to buy things. It's like, well, let me just get this rent paid. I'll feel better. Said no one ever. Now you're out 800, 1,500, 2,400. Just a lot of money every month. And then I got friends that have to make 10 grand a month. They have to make 5 grand a month. And I was like, I've never been a money hound like that. I've never had to chase it like that. I was just grateful to have a couch to crash on, friends to be with, people to talk to, and my phone on. It's really all I need, you know? This little apartment could be an apartment in Brazil. It could be an apartment in Thailand. I am grateful that I had that ability to get to see those things. That I took the opportunity to risk it, to dream it, to achieve it. And I need to stay in that mind frame of manifesting and achieving and yearning, because those motherfuckers almost killed me. Can you believe that, dude? They tried to kill me. They tried to kill me by killing my son. They tried to kill me by killing my confidence. They tried to kill me by judging me, you know, hurting myself, get further into debt, hurting myself, breaking off relationships that were awesome, hurting myself at every turn I could. I was my own worst enemy. I'm the reason why I'm not successful. And then that was when I was like, okay, good. Because now I'm mad about it. Now I'm mad at the weights. I'm not mad at the world no more. I'm mad at the weights. The weights can get thrown around, pushed, and my body can feel my strength come back to me. My warrior spirit. How many people are attacking Monday with the warrior spirit? I was born to be alive. My son didn't get to make it, so I have to live even more. That I have to be the father that I was going to be and am going to be. Am I going to just let these things kill me, kill my dream? Or am I going to make it my reality? Am I going to make it what I want it to be? Looking around, feeling scared when I know I got options. There it is, first day of preschool. Now I'm comfortable. Get over that first fear bump. Get past that first 5 seconds. Get yourself a chance to get in the game and at least take a hit. You know what I'm saying? Take a hit and get yourself in the game. Take a hit. Go make a play. Go hit somebody. Hit the weights. Hit the streets. Hit the phones, we used to say. Beat up something else other than yourself. You know? And that's where I'm at in my mind right now. It's just like, I'm not just going to sit here and numb anymore. I can lift while I'm watching Netflix. Got that right. And pretty soon, I am watching Netflix. Pretty soon, I'm watching myself breathe. pretty soon, I realized that I had more self-control when I breathe. I would get rounded up. And interestingly enough, I just had another conflict in my life. I got a scratch here, quick scratch, but I kind of lost my temper. I kind of rose my voice, but I also just got off the gas. I got off, like, started smoking the gas and got off the gas. I kept my feet off the gas because I did need to accelerate into conflict. For me, my matador self was to accelerate through conflict, destroy it, and now everything's on the end of my gores. Everything's been Hulk smashed and broken beyond all recognition. That's what we're doing to each other. We don't know how to recognize anymore. We've been staring at the phone too long. We've been staring at a screen too long, a TV. I wasn't prepared for a baby. I wasn't prepared to talk to a woman that had a baby. I hadn't been around anyone that had a baby. My one friend, she was in Brazil, she had her baby, but and all my other friends had babies. It absorbs my mind that someone that's had a very blessed life, felt like I didn't love my life because I didn't have something. How many times do we do that to each other? The things that we want take away from the things that we have. And then we don't shine so much anymore, and we've actually demoted ourselves. What the fuck is that? What kind of Monday morning marijuana motivation, all of the M's Mark can tell you, without the ability to manifest? So that's 6 M's. Without the ability to see, and not a vision that was given to us, but a vision that we give to ourselves. To see ourselves in that situation, go, you know what, I see me. Let me tell you what I see. I see me making $15,000 per website. I see me paying off all these websites and all these years of owning all these domain names, 450 domain names, making 450 times the profit. I see me still doing the same thing, but in a better form, more healthy. Dude, just fucking eating right, and the morning shakes at the gym, and just touching it. I told myself, as long as I get some juice in me, and as long as I touch the weights and I touch the frisbee, every day will be a happy day. Every day I can do that, be my happy day. And I haven't been touching the frisbee much, but I've been eating right, and it's starting to make me happier. And then I look at the motion and go, let's just grab that quick pizza. I'm like, are you depressed? Are you upset? That's what that chocolate will make you do. When we start reaching for the things external from us, you're out of pocket. If you're in pocket, you would say 8-ball corner pocket. You would just know where you're headed, and that's that kind of thing I had. I thought I knew where I was headed. I just gored things straight up, but I was headed with anger in my midst to say anger is okay, but cruelty is not. That's where I had to draw the line. I could get frustrated, and I can't tell people where I stand, but I don't have to keep goring them. Don't have to keep putting salt in the wound. I don't have to have the last word. What I want is peace. The opposite of those 3 things that I just said I don't want. I gotta throw out into the world what I do want. I do want the fresh juices. I do want the gym. I do want the frisbee. Now, none of that stuff said accumulate. I didn't want Balenciaga boots. I didn't want whatever the fuck everybody else is buying. I don't give a shit about Yeezy sandals, man. I want anti-slip slippers, dog. You guys gotta have to come get some. They're only $20. See myself in magic. See me having my own boots. See me talking to people with my own catalogs that I printed myself. See myself designing and being the designer that I am, and the designer that I know I am. That's where I'm at with it. I'm in my world. This world that I created, that I almost threw away so quickly because one thing didn't align. One very big thing. It was very important to me, and I didn't treat it with enough respect. I can't die, my boo-boo about to have my baby. And that's why I've been losing friends. When I lose respect, I'm losing respect for myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm losing respect to my friends. I feel like I can tell them something, but I do feel like I respect them, otherwise I wouldn't be talking to them. But now we're talking about somebody that's actually got something going on. something in their life is better than now. Oh shit. Don't be coming to my friend's apartment. I'm lucky enough to have friends to let me couch surf. I'm lucky enough to have friends that'll pick me up and help me get my battery. I'm lucky enough to have friends to loan me enough money to get the battery, $250. I'm blessed. I can feel my other half on a bitch. I didn't say bitch, I said blessed. You know, and that's the most important part. Aww. It's doggy time. Too cute. Blessed to be alive. You know, we bitch at our bills, we bitch at our stress, and then we'll go throw a hamburger at it. We'll build up these levels of cheese and cortisol and cholesterol into our systems and wonder why we can't get straight. The more I keep eating right, like especially the salads, the more the waistline goes down. Quitting the sugar's been phenomenal because now I got a little more self-control, a lot more self-control, to be honest. You know, that's real. That's really real. When you can say to yourself, yo, I'm not going to do that anymore. And I'm even smoking less, dude. That's when 10 a.m. I started the show. Normally I'm 6, 7. Now it's just like I'm down to 213. I checked this morning. It's at least a solid 13 pounds away. I got down to 208 last night. I'm only 8 pounds away from being at my goal of 200 in less than 2-3 weeks. Like, if someone were to tell you that you had to quit a habit to get to your goal, would you? Would you make the adjustments in real time? Just like a professional player, positioning their bodies, boxers, basketball players. Told you about that movie Hustle. We wanted us to position ourselves, and when we get overwhelmed, we out-position ourselves. We end up fucking up ourselves. And that's where I see the destruction at. That's why I have to do the shows, because there's where our mental stability is at, bro. That's where mental health matters, bro. And I'm not just a patient, you know. I'm also a member. I'm also a leader. I'm part of the tribe. And people that get this message are part of the people that need the mental health. I couldn't believe that I didn't accelerate past enough. I couldn't believe that I hadn't got that close to marriage before. I'd never been that close to being a father before, or wanting it. And that, I think, is in essence was my risky behavior, my risky side, my antithesis of blocking everything and blocking love and saying, I never said I never wanted to get married. I always wanted to get married, and I always wanted to be a father. I always wanted to have children. So that's still on my dream list. That's still on my blue moon manifestation. But if it doesn't happen in the time that I want it to happen, doesn't mean it won't happen. Doesn't mean it's still not meant for me. And that's what something that my catastrophizing mind would lock down. I would see the worst of things. It was like, you really fucked up. You really fucked up. You really fucked up. And then my left brain or whatever right brain, they both work in the same hemispheres, kicks in and goes, that's not healthy. That's not healthy. This is Monday motivation, bro. Where's your motivation? Where's the thing that made you get up in the morning and go watch positive videos? What's the thing that made you get up and be a better version of yourself? What's the thing that makes you want to do this? And I don't know. I feel it more when I'm lifting the weights. I feel it more when I'm traveling. I feel it more when I'm on the show. I just feel like I'm alive for a reason. I still have a purpose. I still have a vision. I can still see these things that I built for so long work for me instead of against me. I'm sick of having websites that I buy. 450 websites. I'm up to 450 websites. I'm almost half to my goal of 1,000 websites. What a blessing that will be. And just building empires. Some people like to talk about it. Lineage, legacy, empires. Rome wasn't built in a day. It wasn't built by one person. Neither was the Great Wall of China. And I've been on both, and I was just like, what the fuck, dude? Or no, I'm going to be at Rome. I can't lie on it. But visions of already being there and talking it like I've been there and having my friends work near there, that's the manifestation I'm talking about. That's the delivery of the brain message. If we're going to send ourselves any messages on a Monday or any day at all while you're alive, try pumping yourself with a positive message that's going to be contradictory to the negative message that you're perpetrating. And that's what I'm saying. How much time do we spend on it? And that's where I feel like that's the saint's addiction struggle. Do I go to my saintly side? Do I go back to my addictions? And it's so hard. It's so hard to choose, man. It's going to dominate like your favorite CD and just dominate the radio waves and play over and over again. You know, like when a Drake song hits and you know that they're paying the radio stations to play that motherfucker song over and over so it's in your head. Or Doja Cat, they can play all 3 of her hits in a row, dude, and you'd be like, I just heard her stuff. I love me some Doja Cat though. Anyway, that's my point. You know, loving their lives when we should be loving ours. You know, fantasizing about other people's things. I have to tell the truth. You know, we don't know shit. We don't know shit. Especially after watching these shows, like the chick who spent their whole lives and be switched at the fucking at birth. You're switched at birth, bro, and now is your new life to come out. And now you have a new set of parents and a new set of life. Could you imagine that deep? Could you imagine yourself? Who's the guy that took off all his clothes, got butt naked out in the ocean, came back, left his clothes, walked past them, and started a whole new life? He went out into the ocean, left an old reality, and put on a whole new... Somebody said something, I can't remember, but it's like one of these people had left the earth, left reality, and that's what I'm going to leave you with. The reality that our realities are happening, and we need to get into these games. We need to find our ways out of our own situations, find our ways out of our own head. There are free things out there. Walks are out there. Hikes are out there. What else? Talks are out there. All these things are free, so don't tell me anything about money. I don't want to hear it. You know, if you're so lucky to be able to afford a psychologist, then more blessings to you. But if you can't, guess what? There's going to be plenty of times where you're going to get what you need to get. There's going to be plenty of times where that free is right in front of us, as long as we don't squander it. You know, a lot of us are just going to bitch everyone away from us. We're going to out angry everyone and just push everyone away. I'm grumpy. I learned it from my mama. And I was just like, it's just like, damn, dude, you can hold a mood and a grudge and be petty like a motherfucker. And then you do it to somebody else and you be like, oh shit, me too. Everything I've ever said bad about somebody else, I perform myself. How dare we? How dare we do this to each other and act like it's not? You can be passive aggressive about it, but the aggressive catches up. The real actions catch up. The decisions catch up. It's not like we live in a world where we don't see catch up, man. Catch up's everywhere. You got to catch up. And that's what's happening. We're all starting to kind of catch up to ourselves, especially if you're getting the show. You're like, damn, this dude's doing all the research. I forget who did the books, but I always try to put the links in below. They're all audiobooks. You can just put them on in the background. I think it raises vibrations. People start thinking out loud. They know what kind of mood I'm in. You know, if I'm listening to this, it's build back better. Be a better person. Be a better human. Be a better Mark. Making better decisions. That dude's there. That dude did some work. That dude's done some good things. You know, you're over there fucking bashing his ass, talking about you're in debt. Well, at least I took a shot, motherfucker. At least I went out there and did something. Now I have something people can talk about. Have you ever thrown a festival? Well, I have. And it's cost me money. But at least I did something. Okay, I was trying to relive my past, and I can't do that, but at least I did something. At least I went back to Mardi Gras. At least I got to stand on top of Machu Picchu. Within a week, I made that decision. I didn't even have my passport, bro. I didn't even have my motherfucking passport. I made it to Machu motherfucking Picchu. I stood above the rocks, and I went, oh my God, in heaven, there's a place like this. There are places like this. And then I'll get bummed that I can't travel. I don't know if there's a travel, what's the word for travel? We'll create the word right now. Travel withdrawals? Is it possible to have a travel withdrawal? It's just escapism, another form of just go somewhere else, pack your bags and just be there. That'll be nice. But that's what we do. We fantasize instead of actualize. And this is the conversation I wanted to have. Conversation with everyone is to start actualizing. Let's start actually living the life that we want. Fuck that shit, man. We're running out of days. Whatever that shit is, dude, fuck that shit. It's stealing away from your joy. And yeah, it sounds cruel, and yeah, it sounds callous, but I know for facts, ruminating, staying in the past is going to harm you. And I have to tell other people that it's going to harm you. And I don't want people to get hurt anymore. There's no heal from it. You're not healing in Netflix. We're not healing by ignoring each other. There's no heal in it. I started calling people. One dude blocked me, I emailed him. You know, I said, look, I'd much rather you motherfuck me to my face than block me in a fake reality. Let's have this discussion on this mortal coil, because that's all we are, is mortals on a coil that keeps spinning round and round and round. Yeah, good. That's what I'm talking about. The world's spinning, and the sun keeps spinning, and it keeps giving us laps. Every day that it gives us laps, we should be thanking our fucking Holy Ghost, because everything else is out of water. Everywhere else that Elon, even his money can't reach. The world's richest man can't reach Mars safely. You can't guarantee this shit. This shit's hard and far. It's much easier to correct our own habits. It's much easier to correct our own beliefs and perspectives. We believe that we can keep using plastic till it's in our bodies. We believe that we can just keep using, well, now we're switching to electric cars, but finally, you know, like, how long that take? And the trees are just gonna reappear. Fucking price the lumber and paper, because I'm in the print game. Like, stop. And oil, we keep going for the oil. We should be running for electric. We should be running for that energy source that keeps giving it to us free, and why they point in the east. This is what I see. I see a world. I see a future. I see things that I have to see. And I've endured things that I didn't want to endure. It is what makes me stronger. Do you feel your heartbeat now? Do you see your vision? Is it worth everything to you? Is it worth getting out of your mood? Is it worth apologizing? Is it worth journaling? Then you're on my level. Then you're on this level. This level of, I'm making choices now. Telling my body what to do. It's starting to tell me, oh, your legs are sore. Watch your right hamstring. I said, bet. I'm going to stretch this morning. I'm going to do some more yoga. Before I get going, I'm going to go make something happen. Before I leave this earth, I didn't quit. I'm not going to quit on my kids. I'm not going to quit on my relationships. I showed up. Could I have done better? I'm always trying to do better. I even did better afterwards. I mean, shit, I'm still doing better. I always will. And anybody else that always wants to do better, anybody else that wants to strive and reach something for something that they can see, then you're believing like me. That's what we believe in over here at Saints Addiction. Believing that we have power over our habits. Power over our habits. I like that. I have to make a shirt. On my heart from start, it's your boy Marky Saints Addiction. If you got anything out of this message, let it sink in. Let it sink in. And share it with someone else, please. Give it to the person that needs it the most. That's why I do it every morning. I've never made a dime off this show, but we've preached, and teached a couple different folks. That's all that matters. So, on my heart from Sarge, your boy Marky Say, peace and love. And as always, Chigathon. That means goodbye, but not forever in Finnish. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, and subscribe. But most importantly, love your life. That's what this thing's all about. I need everybody. I need me to love my life. I need you to love your life. I need us to love life again. And that's most important. So go be blessed, not stressed. I'll see you on the other side. Ciao. Beijos.